Good morning. It's August the 10th, 2016. Time to kick off another trading today. And in the treasuries, today is the 10-year auction. And here we go again. Oh, we'll see if this one will work. Today is the 10-year auction, and the auction looks like it's going to probably be a pretty good one. Yesterday's auction was great. The low price was $32.05. As long as we stay above $32.05, we should have a pretty good auction. The world was back buying paper yesterday, so hard to say how they'll play this, but like we said, we weren't afraid to get short in London to see if we could come back down. We've got resistance at 16 to 20, so selling failure to take out 16 to 20 is going to be the trade, so 15 to 19 will be our sell zone. Right now it's still pointed up. 23.27 will be sell 2. On the buy side, had the breakout, came at 7.5, so we're going to try for 5s to 9s. On the idea that 16 to 20 might hold, and then 1 to 29. The news today is limited. We have jolts. And I've seen 5.52. No one pays any attention to it. Last month it was 5.55. That's million. It's taken as a surrogate for job openings. Now, job openings doesn't necessarily mean people are hiring. Crude looking for a draw of 1.3, so you can see the news is limited. Last night they were looking for a draw on the APIs. They built plus 2 million, and they had a build of plus 1.2 at Cushing. So the market is oversupplied. There was an article out saying that Saudi Arabia produced 10.7 million barrels of oil in July, the highest production they've ever had. So the supply issue remains there, and it's prompting articles that the price of crude is headed for below $30 again. Time will tell. I certainly hope not. Too important to our economy, and we've lost 150,000 jobs. I think they 25%, either 17% or 25% of the workforce is gone. That's a lot of high-paying jobs lost. Looking at the F2 screen for the 30-year. 30-year is saying we're trying higher. So number 1, we're going to have resistance at 8 to 12. 15.19 sell 1. 23.27. I don't believe they can run the market wild to the upside without some help from the E-mini. So looking, keep the sells kind of tight. Support is right now at 28, and it's probably 24, 28. So 17 to 21 buy 1. And 9 to 13 buy 2. Gold held in there pretty well overnight. Again, we do like the long side of the gold market. It is pointed higher. The spill came from 65. We're at 61. We've got this little spill right there, the 2-letter ledge that has held up so far. So we'll make first sell 63.65. then 68 to 70. And on the buy side, 55, 57. And then 50, 52. Basically trying to buy 50s, 55s, and sell the 65, 70 area. Euro and yen were up overnight. Big rally. We're up to 112, taking it up, taking us higher. So looks like we're going to trade a little higher. So 1215, 1225, sell 1. 45, 55, sell 2. On the buy side, last rotate down was 88. Had to break out from 75, so 75 to 85 buy 1. And 50 to 60 buy 2. Not much news out overnight to give this kind of a response or rally, but sometimes it doesn't take much news, or I didn't find any. Okay, crude's all over the map, up and down in spite of heavy production, in spite of Cushing. Sold last night off of Cushing, sold off the Saudi 10.7 million barrel per day, but it held at 42, so that's where we find ourselves again today. So 42, 42 and a quarter buy 1. Based on fundamentals, you would not want to be long crude oil. 41.50, 41.75 buy 2. 42.75, 43 sell 1. 43 and a quarter, 43.50 sell 2. Pretty much where we were yesterday. So 42 is pretty good support. 43.50 is pretty good resistance. And the E-mini. Europe, Hong Kong was off. Japan and China were up. Japan and China were down, and Hong Kong was up. Euro was off 1 point collectively. Not a hell of a lot going on this morning. When I started at 5-ish, the E-mini was up 2 points. So the stock market was less than quiet overnight. So we got resistance 81 to 83. So selling failure to take out 81, 83 is the easiest trade to see. Market looks like, I mean, it's just holding up. It's not been an easy trade. It's just been a very, very slow grind either way. If we break out of 85, next stop 90, so 89, 91, sell 2. Might take forever to get there if we break it out. On the buy side, 74, 76. Just where we were yesterday, and then 70, 72. So trying to buy 70s to 75s, and the trade is still from the long side. Like we said, buy 2,200 calls and disappear for however long it takes to get there. Okay, I'm so far behind, it's going to take a while to get everything up and published. I'll get busy on that. I'll be back as soon as possible.